Gosh, Izzy, do you remember how long it took me to convince you how awesome Loveland was?
Well, yeah, I just was thinking that it was a retirement community.
Well, we used to be known as a retirement community, but since 2000, we've pretty much doubled in population and size.
And now that I've been living in Loveland, I absolutely love it.
Welcome to Living in Fort Collins channel. I'm Zach Jordan.
I'm Izzy Olsen.
And we're going to talk to you today about living in Loveland 2025.
Everything you need to know from housing costs, rental costs, grocery, transportation.
And what to do in Loveland. There's plenty to do.
Yeah. First, we're going to talk about the cost of housing here in Loveland, which has notoriously been cheaper than Fort Collins. And so it's always been a great second option for people who originally were considering Fort Collins and then realized their budget could stretch quite a bit further.
Absolutely. I mean, the homes here in Loveland are going to be about 10 to 15% less for the same exact home that you're going to get in Fort Collins.
Right. And so for a single family home, the median sales price is $540,000. And for an attached home, it is $409,000.
Yeah, and if you're not quite ready to buy yet, you can always rent a home. A single family home, average rent is going to be about $2,500 a month. If you're getting an attached dwelling, you're going to be at least $2,000 a month. With these attached dwellings, you're usually going to get a few more amenities that you're not going to get in a single family home. So the cost is still going to be fairly expensive in comparison to a single family home, just because a lot of times you're going to have a small rec area, there's going to be a pool or a hot tub and kind of things like that.
Yeah. And while I would say housing prices to purchase a home in Loveland is definitely cheaper than Fort Collins, I wouldn't say rental rates are.
No.
Most rentals in Loveland are houses.
Yes.
And where Fort Collins, obviously, with all the college students in that population, there's way more options. If you want to find a rent, $1,500, I would say is hard to find a rental of $1,500 in Fort Collins, but it's possible. Loveland, I would say, is harder. Yeah,
I mean, even if you're just looking for a room to rent, you're going to be anywhere between $8,000 to $1,000 a month. That's going to include all utilities.
Right.
Insurance rates, that's another cost that you need to consider when moving. And insurance can vary from person to person. We have crazy drivers like Izzy, and she's had hail claims several times, hit a deer.
The deer hit me,
or the deer hit her. But anyway, I do pay about $1,300 to $1,500 every 6 months for my full coverage on my vehicle, and then my homeowner's insurance is going to be about $1,600 per year.
Yeah. For our car insurance, for 2 cars, we pay about $376 a month. That is with Safeco. I just got this quoted 2 weeks ago. We just started that policy. And then for our townhome, we have HO6 insurance. So that's everything from the walls in, and so that is $721 a year.
Okay, and then tell them a little bit about HO3.
HO3 or HO6?
HO3.
HO3 is the insurance you have, like what Zach has on a single family unattached home. Most attached homes have HO6 insurance because the HOA has a hazard insurance that is covering the roof and the exterior and those things. But still, as a homeowner or as a renter, you still need to have insurance for the inside. And then if you are renting, renter's insurance is very important. And I don't think I really understood why it was. I never had it when I was renting.
Oh.
Ever. $15 to $30 a month to add to your policy. But I think what I never realized is that, let's say you're living in a rental and something happens with a sewage line. I think a lot of tenants think the landlord's going to put me up, right?
Yeah.
No. That's what your insurance is for.
Yes.
And having renter's insurance because, yeah.
Yeah. Anything that you want inside the house to be insured, you want to get that basic cheap policy to cover all your stuff.
Yeah. But
cover your assets.
Yeah. And even though if you have to leave the home for a little bit.
Yes, yep.
That is where your insurance kicks in.
Or have you ever had any insurance policy that covers your fridge, loss of power, and then you'll get reimbursement for up to $500, $700, whatever it is, in your policy for food replacement. But yeah. Yeah.
So renter's insurance is very important.
I would highly suggest and recommend having renter's insurance in any rental situation. Utilities! Izzy, her utilities are going to be a little bit different than mine. I do live in a single family home. Izzy is currently living in an attached dwelling. So she's going to share a little bit about what her utility cost is.
Yeah. So for water, sewer, electric, trash, which is all the city of Loveland, which is really nice. It's all one location. In the summertime, it's about $170.50. In the that's important.
Don't forget the 50 cents.
In the winter, $93, $94. And then your transition months, which are April, May, and October. Did you know that was a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. $120. And then for gas, which is XL Energy for all of Loveland, summer is about $30. Winter is $120. And then transitional months are $52. And then for internet, so there are a lot of choices around.
A ton. You can pretty much get whatever you want.
Yeah. The top choices, though, in Loveland are Xfinity, Pulse, Loveland, Fiber Internet, and then CenturyLink. I feel like Pulse is the best.
I would go Pulse hands down. If you have the opportunity or the accessibility to have the city-owned internet, whether that be Fort Collins, Loveland, Berthoud, wherever you may be, I would go that route. It's going to be very cost-effective. It's very
It's not
reliant.
the cheapest, though. Xfinity is cheaper.
So Xfinity's running a deal right now because they're losing a lot of customers with the Pulse coming out. Xfinity is traditionally
It's not as good, though.
twice as expensive.
Yeah.
At least.
That's
But,
what I was, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I know you have he always is like, I have an entry-level fee. We pay about $65 a month for
Pulse.
Really great service.
So I'm through Pulse as well. I pay $45 a month. That's with taxes and everything for my internet, and that will allow me to stream 3 TVs at once.
Do you even have 3 TVs?
Yes, I have 3 TVs.
Where do you have your 3 TVs?
The patio for in the hot tub,
my
bedroom,
gosh.
and in the
You're
living room.
ridiculous. Okay. And one thing I'll say for Loveland Pulse that I think, even if you see it's a little more expensive than Xfinity right now, the customer service is have you ever caught to call them?
No.
Insane. So we recently, I guess some of the boxes that they were using had like something was wrong with them. And so ours went out. We called them on a Sunday night.
Wow.
They answered and they were like, unfortunately, we won't be able to get someone out tonight. And I was like, that's fine. I was thinking in a week from now would be great. And they were like, but we'll be out there tomorrow morning.
Wow.
I was like, Loveland Connection's not like that. Fort Collins Connection's
Fort
not
Collins
like that.
Connection, yeah.
So the customer service.
Well, first of all,
is
who
local.
on Sunday night is calling their internet service provider?
I don't know. I think we just wanted to see I don't know why we did it, but we did it, and someone answered. Someone that lives in Loveland answered.
Okay,
it was amazing.
That's awesome. Just to touch too, real quick on utilities on a single family home versus attached dwelling. Essentially, it kind of is a wash and washes out. So in the winter months, your Excel bill for natural gas is going to be high, and your City of Loveland bill is going to be low. But on average, I'd say anywhere between $500 to $600 a month is going to cover all of my utilities.
Right, and you have a single family ranch home, which I think is important because
Yes.
ours is 3 levels, so the
All
heat
that
has
heat
to work
rising.
hard. Yeah.
Groceries!
Okay, we're going to talk about monthly grocery costs. I recently started doing pickup. You ever done that?
Nope. I like to actually go and buy my groceries just because it is a debrief mentally of getting away from work and stepping away from everything else and an opportunity to socialize with the community.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Some of us have more things that they have to do.
Oh, okay. Some of us schedule ourselves in a list and don't do any of it.
Me? That's not
I'm
true.
just joking.
I recently started doing pickup. It doesn't matter to be more efficient. Once this baby comes out, we're doing delivery.
Oh my goodness. If I were AJ, I would go ahead and go grocery shopping myself to get away. Just saying.
He actually likes me, thank you.
He needs a break too.
Groceries in our house, and that's 3 of us, and one of them is a 16-year-old teenager. $700, I'd say, has been the more recent cost with doing Walmart pickup. It's about, I'd say, $160 a week. So that's nice because you're not just like, ooh, let's get this.
Pick.
Which that's what I would be like.
Because on average, a bag is about $80. A reusable bag that you fill up from the grocery store.
Filled up, yeah. Mm-hmm. But so I'd say we range from between $700 and $1,300. $1,300 would be if I just went into the store multiple times a week, didn't really care, and just was shop. And then the closest store is King Soopers, which is more expensive than Walmart.
Okay.
So.
I would say on average I'm spending about $150 a week on groceries. I do a lot of bulk buying at Costco and repurpose those items to make different meals and to get all my produce and my fresh stuff from a local grocery store, typically King Soopers. It's rare that I go to Natural Grocers or
I love
Sprouts.
Natural Grocers.
If there's something unique that I'm looking for or hunting down for something, I'll go do that. But King Soopers usually takes care of all my needs.
Yeah. And I'd say overall for a family of 4 in Loveland, it's going to be about $1,500 a month, and then for a single adult, $600 a month.
Yeah.
So grocery shopping options. We got options, B.
Options.
We have multiple Walmarts, but we have one that's, I think, way better than the other.
Which one do you like, the north one?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. even though it's further away from my house. And then King Supers we have. Safeway, we do have one Natural Grocers.
One Natural Grocers, one Natural Sprouts.
And then we do have Sam's Club, which I've still never been to.
Yep.
But then close by, like we both do Costco. So about 20 minutes away is Costco.
Mm-hmm.
And then Whole Foods is in Fort Collins, 26 minutes away. Trader Joe's about 23 minutes away.
And you have to make a trip to Trader Joe's. If you have not experienced one of those, I would highly recommend that you get out and go try a walk around in Trader Joe's. You're going to find a lot of new things, a lot of healthy options, and very
And the
affordable.
flowers. Have you seen the flowers at Trader Joe's?
If you need to get flowers for your loved one, go to Trader Joe's.
You have to make the bouquet yourself, though, so you got to really buckle up for that. But
it just shows how much you love them.
the flowers are insane, and they're not expensive. My baby shower flowers are 2 weeks old, and they're still sitting.
Dang.
They're so pretty. Eating out. So we're going to tell you some of our favorite places to eat out. Casual and then more date night style, which honestly, some of the casual ones we listed, I would totally do for a date night right now because I want to go there. But yeah.
I want to go eat everything.
Yeah. So you said Mexican Inn.
Oh, Mexican Inn is one of my favorite staples. Most people love it. There are going to be some people and some haters out there that don't like it, but they've been established. It's a family-owned restaurant. They're on the third generation running this place, and they've been established since 1965. So they're going to be celebrating their 50th year? No.
I don't know.
60. This is going to be their 60th year open that they're celebrating this year.
That's crazy.
They're going to have a big Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Fun.
Yeah, so that's right around the corner. I'm very excited for that. Another place I like to stop by all the time is going to be Daddy-O's Green Onion. It's going to be a sandwich shop, sourdough breads that are made in-house.
Oh, it's only sourdough?
They're all sourdoughs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so different. They have like a jalapeno, cheddar sourdough, plain sourdough. They
good.
are delicious.
Meat Revolution. You haven't been there yet, have you?
I have not been there yet.
It's the food of my people. They do gyros, all the things, but they do like the fries that are like the Turkish fries where they're like extra crispy. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. See, I'm not.
So
I like my fries
good.
soft.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like when you get the Walmart fries at the bottom, or well, not Walmart, whole McDonald's fries, and they're at the bottom and they're like kind of limp
Oh yeah.
and they're like kind of cold. I like those.
I like
Crunchy
those.
fries from McDonald's, gross.
Yeah.
Crunchy fries from Meat Revolution, great. And when they like cut the meat off the stick, the big rotating, I should know what it's called, but it's amazing. Poorhouse.
Poorhouse, full on,
I love full on.
delicious.
Yeah.
Henry's downtown. It's going to be Henry's Pub. It's a great little casual spot to stop in, get lunch. You can dress it up a little bit and for dinner and have more closer to that date night. We have plenty of pizza options. Some of my favorite pizza places are going to be Pizza Street. It's going to be on the east side of Loveland off of 34 in Boise. We have Arte's Pizza that is going to be on the west side of town off of 34 in Taft. What's another favorite pizza place that I love?
What about
Justine's? Slice and Roll downtown.
What about Justine's?
Justine's great. That's
I've heard
family
that's really
owned.
good.
It's really good pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast, which is my favorite meal of the day, Urban Egg, which technically is Johnstown, but I mean, it's literally
the boundaries are a little blurred over there on 34 and I-25.
So it's by Shields.
So
the south side of US 34 is Johnstown, the north side is Loveland. So it's like basically
Urban Egg is one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
But if you're going to stick true to Loveland, I would say the Breakfast Club is definitely a staple that you need to check out. They've been around forever. It's going to be your traditional like biscuits and gravy, chicken fried steak, your 2-egg and meat breakfast, everything like that. Of course, we have a Village Inn in town.
Yeah,
which
they
is
do good pie.
But yeah,
free slice of pie on Monday.
Pie day. You know how to get to our hearts, right? Just give us a little bit of pie, and we are good to go.
Taste Local is downtown. I have not been there.
Taste Local is really good, really good.
Yeah.
And then the new place, the Egg King.
Egg King, yep.
Yep.
There's also Doug's Day Diner as well.
Yep, and they just moved up north off of 29th and 287. So they used to be located downtown. They've made the switch. So.
Yep. And then date night options. Door 222. I really like that place. You don't like it?
No, I like it. It reminds me more of tapas, and so in my head, it's never my first pick because I'm like, I want all the food.
But when I went, the plates were decent size.
No, I believe.
Yeah, and the drinks were good.
And the drinks were good.
Actually, I was pregnant, so I wasn't drinking. Everyone else's drinks looked really good. But they had really good mocktails as well. Chop House I still have never been, Zach's favorite.
That's one of my favorites. If you do buy a house from me, you most likely will be getting a Chop House gift card so that you can check it out, get a little bit of the nightlife and downtown Loveland.
Nightlife.
It's going out for date night. There's nightlife, there's live music, there's all kinds of things going on. We got Wicked Tequila next door, we got all kinds. Poorhouse. East End, we got Flipside. You can go get a little arcade going on.
That's true.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff to do in downtown Loveland.
I wouldn't say a ton.
I would say a ton.
I'd say there's a street worth.
We have 2 axe throwing places. We have 5 breweries. We have probably 20
I'm just
plus
joking.
restaurants.
I love it here.
This girl.
Bonefish, I love.
Yeah.
That's also technically in Johnstown, but it's like basically Loveland, and that's super good.
Mm-hmm. And then Canton Palace. So. I love it. There's hibachi side at Canton Palace, and there's the traditional Asian cuisine on the other side as well. So it's just like a good mix-up and a good variety of different kinds of foods. Next, we're going to talk about transportation in Loveland. There is transportation in Loveland. It's just not to par quite yet. It's on its way, but we do have 7 different routes available through the Colt. That is going to be about every 30 minutes at those locations and those pickups for about $1.50 to $2 a ride. And those will all connect to a transfer center, which will get you to Transport, which is going to take you north and south to Longmont and to Fort Collins. So it is accessible to get public transportation to get wherever you may need. It may just not be as convenient as some of us would like it.
Yeah. And the Fort Collins Transport Flex bus does connect to the Colt, which is nice.
Yep. It'll be like a little hub in Loveland. So as you watch some of our previous videos and our upcoming videos, we'll talk a little bit about that because that is going to be kind of the transition center that you're going to catch a bus from the smaller cities and towns to get up to Fort Collins, Denver, the bus staying. Yeah.
And Colt does offer paratransit services, so door to door if you're needing that kind of assistance. And so you just have to fill out an application on their website or call them, which I think is pretty great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So. Of course, there's rideshare. I say, of course, like 15 years ago, we did not have rideshare here in Loveland still. In Fort Collins, sure, and Denver, absolutely. Loveland now, you can request an Uber or a Lyft or a rideshare opportunity and get it readily available at any time of the day or night. And
for Uber, it's about $21 for a 60-minute ride, and Lyft is based on a lot of different things. So you just have to go on your app and look.
Yeah, it's very cost effective. Much cheaper than getting a DUI when you're going up to those CSU games in Fort Collins. Might as well just grab a Lyft. It's going to cost you about $40. Split it between a couple buddies.
Right. When I was in Washington recently, we needed to get into, like, my parents live in a small town outside of the small town in like the rural part, and we needed to get something from a restaurant we'd left, but we couldn't get there because the car keys were what we needed and the car was at the house. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But I was like, let's Uber to the restaurant and see. It was $60.
Wow.
One way for a 10-minute drive.
Wow.
Because of how far out. So definitely way better in Loveland for sure. Airport transportation. So obviously you can drive, which is about under an hour, especially if you take E470.
Yep.
But there's also groom transportation, which used to be called the Green Ride when they first opened, because I used it in college all the time. So it's about $160 for 2 passengers from Loveland. They will either pick you up from your house. Otherwise, there's also their transfer center in off Harmony and I-25, so you can park your car there, get on, and go. The only downside...
So there's actually a closer spot for you when you're coming from Loveland. So you're going to go to the regional airport is going to be the pickup location.
Go there?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be the location that they pick you up from to get you to DIA. It's going to be $45 per way. And so you park your car right there at the Loveland Airport and hop on the groom bus. They'll drop you off right at the terminal down at DIA. Another option is going to be the Mustang. Now that they have the Mustangs up and running, you can catch that right there just south of the airport on I-25. You can park your car, walk to the Mustang pickup, and I believe that's about $12, but that's going to take you down to Union Station, and from Union Station you would have to hop on a train to get dropped off at DIA.
Yeah. Then there's also the landline, which is a little bit newer, and I've had some folks who've used that.
Oh, I haven't used it.
And so it's about $116 to do that. And then one thing that's nice about parking at the airport, because Groom also offers door-to-door pickup and drop-off, It's just that you don't know how many people are going to be on that bus, and so it's in order.
And it could extend your ride by an hour. You could be the first one dropped off.
And they will go all the way up to Cheyenne.
Yeah, I would just play it safe. I would park at the Northern Regional Airport and just hop on the large bus and not do the door-to-door service. It's free parking at the Northern Regional Airport, so you can get on, because nothing worse than wanting to get home from a long vacation and you have work the next day.
Right. Gas prices in Loveland, pretty dang cheap.
Yeah.
Right. About $3 a gallon.
I would say we're in the average. We're not going to be in an area that you are going to be above average or below average. So yeah, $3 a gallon. You're going to be a little bit cheaper buying it at either Costco or Buc-ee's if you're going to have those in your routine trip planned out either way. I mean, I always would like to make an extra stop at Buc-ee's myself.
I've still
get
never
some snacks. You have to go.
I will.
Maybe we should just take you soon. Field trip. Stay tuned.
You could do like a YouTube video and go to Buc-ee's.
EV charging.
Yeah.
So EV charging, we are on the up and up. It is not as convenient as metropolitan areas with being able to get it at every Target, grocery store, everything like that. So
there's a lot of places here, though.
There's quite a few, but I don't know if you've ever had an EV car
No.
or rented one or whatnot, and you're in a metropolitan area.
Everywhere.
Pretty much anywhere you go, you just go park and run in to go grab your groceries, come out, your car's charged.
Okay.
Here, you kind of have to make a plan.
And the city of Loveland does have multiple charge point stations. So it's about a 20 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's like, what, $3 hourly fee. And so you can do that at the Civic Center parking lot, Loveland Public Library, the Foundry parking garage. There's there's lots of places, so you can just look it up. So I'd still say it's quite convenient.
It's fairly convenient.
But for how Loveland is.
If I buy an EV car for myself, I will have a
Charging station at home.
Type 2, level 2 charging station.
Which we're going to talk about next. Okay, charger installation costs.
Ooh.
So there's 3 different types. Did you know that?
I did.
Level 1, level 2.
And level
Oh, no. Maybe it's just level 1, level 2.
No, there's level 1 and level 2.
And level 3.
Level 3 is a supercharger, but you're probably not having that at your house.
In your house, okay. So level 1 is like just a standard outlet, right?
Yes.
That you plug your car into. So it takes about all night to charge.
All night you can charge it, and it still will not be 100%. You get, I believe, it's like 4 to 5 miles per hour on your 110. Like plug her in to the wall and do that. So if you have anywhere to go and you go anywhere, this is not the option for you.
Yeah.
Level 2 is almost a must-have for when you purchase an EV vehicle because you're going to need to charge every other day. Mm-hmm. So when installing your level 2 charger in your garage at home for your EV, you do need to take in consideration of how much power you have ran to your home. If you're in an older home, you might not have enough power on that panel. So it's going to cost you a good $8,000 to $10,000 to upgrade your electrical service from the main to your power line. Most homes do come with 100 amp service, so that should do the trick if you don't have like hot tubs and RVs and everything else plugged in there. But that is going to be a cost that you should take in consideration when
Installing, charging, yeah. And on the flip side, there are a lot of incentives and rebates that both the state, but then also Loveland does provide for having an EV charger, EV charger, which is great. Next, we want to talk about the trail system in Loveland.
which is fabulous.
Yeah.
So there's 32 miles of paved trails.
38 miles of paved.
Oh, my bad. It is increasing daily, but it is a full connected closed system where you do not have to access any of the streets. It is a path that is paved for all of that, which is nice because it's also connected to the Fort Collins trail system. So you can literally ride all of Loveland, all of Fort Collins, and stay off any main roads and intersections.
Yeah, so there's the regional trail connection. So Longview Trail is what connects Fort Collins 50 miles of trails to Loveland's 38 miles of trails. And then there's also the Colorado Front Range Trail, which is a pretty big project where they're trying to do an 800-mile trail from Wyoming to New Mexico.
Wow.
And then there's also the Centera Trail, which is just like an itty-bitty trail that's around the Centera.
Yeah, but it's all connected now. You can get through underneath I-25, which is really
Really?
nice. Yes, I do believe it is connected by the Mustang stop.
That's crazy.
So you can get over there to get all that shopping and whatnot.
That's pretty
shop,
cool.
shop until you drop.
Nature areas and hiking trails. This is more for, I mean, I guess either one.
A casual day trip,
Yeah.
couple hours.
Yeah.
So
Devil's Backbone,
Yeah.
I love. Every time I go, I always think, this flat. It's not flat.
It's not that flat.
But it's nothing compared to
Yeah.
Horsetooth,
yeah. They're different.
But it is like, I told some clients, like, Devil's Backbone is so easy, and they text me and were like, no, it's not
that easy. But they love the view from the keyhole up there.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's so pretty. You gotta watch out for, we're getting like into rattlesnake. We're in rattlesnake season.
We're getting close to rattlesnake season.
Yeah.
It's still going to be in the low 30s at night now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but start watching out because they're going to start coming out and getting their sun.
Have you ever ran
multiple
across?
times?
I guess you out there on your horse. I take my dogs
on the
off
Devil's
leash.
Backbone. I did.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I ran into one
with
my dogs.
I've been lucky thus far. I usually have my dogs off leash when I'm either trail running, hiking, or just out.
You run trails?
I used to run trails all the time. I still do some trail running.
You run?
It's usually downhill trail running. But I've never come across any issues with rattlesnakes with the dogs and whatnot, because I think that would just be a disaster.
I've never come across an issue. Like, one time last year I rode over one.
Okay.
Didn't even realize until I heard it after. And Henry was way ahead of me, and I was like, I guess he just ignored it.
Yeah. So.
Terrifying, though. There's also the Round Mountain National Recreation Trail, and then River's Edge Natural Area. I can walk to this place from my house, so I'm there all the time.
It's nice because it's going to be pretty close. It's adjacent to the bike path as well, so you can hop on that.
It does connect, yeah.
And then
it connects to it, so then you can.
The Big Thompson, you can go take a little dip in the Big Thompson. There's going to be at the River's Edge is going to also have like what? There's probably like 5.
I want to say 3 lakes.
Okay, yeah, little lakes.
3 little lakes for fishing.
Fishing. We take our kids to have track workouts there, running around the lakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a nice dirt path that's extremely wide. So.
Yeah, I love River's Edge, and it's really close to downtown too.
Yeah.
You could walk there if you wanted. Mm-hmm. Next, we want to talk about commute times in Loveland and then to neighboring areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're commuting within Loveland, 15-20 minutes anywhere, I would say.
Absolutely.
Because from Loveland's Old Town, which is South Loveland, basically like, as south as you can get before you hit Berthoud, and then Fort Collins Old Town is in north Fort Collins. It's 30 minutes from there to there. So, that's like the entire stretch of Fort Collins, the entire stretch of Loveland.
Yeah, you're crossing through the full city of Loveland and city of Fort Collins.
Yeah, but about 25 minutes to Fort Collins. But I'd say that's on the higher end.
Yeah.
Right, because that's, 20 to 40 minutes to Greeley. It really just depends on where you're starting. If you're starting from like Mariana Butte in Loveland to Greeley, that's going to be a trek.
And it depends on if you're going West Greeley or if you're going like downtown Greeley, because that's going to be very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only time I go to downtown Greeley really is going to be the Stampede. The Greeley Stampede is awesome. Have you gone?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. So they have rodeos, they have concerts. It's 5 days of concerts. They have free stages, like all the vendors. It's actually
Where's it held at?
It's held at the fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
And
they have a really nice boutique downtown Greeley too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You shop there?
I've been there. I don't shop at the boutiques for dresses and etc. But I have been in downtown Greeley.
That's
the Rio's there, so.
The Rio?
Yes, there's a Rio over in downtown Greeley.
Oh, the same as like the Fort Collins one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. 30 minutes to Windsor, 20 minutes to Johnstown, 55 minutes to Denver, or DIA. So, it's a nice I think it's nicely located.
The location.
You're like, can get to everything.
Everything.
And Estes Park.
Right off of 34. You beat me to the punch. I was like, and everything going into the mountains. Like, you can just hop on 34 and head up the Big Thompson Canyon and get to everything that you need to. Some beautiful scenery up there. Trail Ridge Road. If you haven't done that yet, I would definitely recommend getting that in while it is open. They do shut it down over the winter just due to safety and whatnot. But check it out. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Izzy, what do you like to do for entertainment?
In Loveland?
In Loveland.
I've been axe throwing.
Okay.
I really like that. I went to the one at the Foundry.
Okay.
So that's axe to the grind.
Yep.
Yep. So that was a really fun date night.
And then they also have Axhole on 4th Street.
Yeah. So
I just love the name. Axhole.
$30 for an hour and a half. And then you can get drinks and stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
The first time that I went axe throwing, I was kind of like a Debbie Downer. I was like, oh, we're going to go throw axes, blah. And then after I got there, I was like addicted. I was like, let's not stop. Let's throw axes more and more and more.
Yeah. Bowling, I'm not like a huge bowler. But people here, like Sweetheart Lanes, I've tried to make a reservation day of.
No. So they're going to have leagues almost every night. And then on the nights that they don't have leagues, half of it is kind of already pre-reserved. And so,
Crazy.
you got to plan your stuff a little bit. Like I said, we've doubled in size and population since 2000. So
right. And it's still the same
get
size.
your ducks in a row.
Yeah. It's about $5 a game and about $4 for shoe rentals. So
Yeah.
Not too bad.
And then going to the movies. Izzy and I have different experiences going to the movies. So when I go to the movies, I go to the movie, I bring in my own candy, and I get a drink that I'm sharing.
Who shares a drink?
So that it's cost effective. So all our activities that we are sharing right now, you can typically do for about $30. Izzy goes to the movies and it costs her $50. She's gonna have her large Coke slushy, her ice cream, and
Not ice cream.
her candy, her popcorn, and then the movie ticket. And so
All I'm hearing you say when you say you share a drink is cheap, 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 cheap.
gotta save my money to get some axe throwing and a movie. So
Man, that's funny. Okay, and then escape rooms. There's a few around here. I haven't done any in Loveland, but I've done a couple in Fort Collins. So it's about $30 for 75 minutes. And there's Cluology, Time Escape Loveland, and then Time Emporium escape rooms.
yep. We've actually did one. I did one with Pat and Janae.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, in Loveland. So it was awesome.
Outdoor entertainment is more my jam for doing stuff around Loveland. So paddleboarding, big thing. That we got them last
Where's your favorite spot to paddle?
Well, I really liked Long Haggler, and now I get nervous I'm going to get in trouble. So Bodecker.
Bodecker.
And
I
the
love
views are
Bodecker.
nice at Bodecker.
The views are nice at Bodecker. It's even more centrally located than Long Haggler, even though it's only like 2 miles away. It's very shallow and one of the first lakes to fill up. So by May, we can get in the water and it's not freezing cold. So like Horsetooth and stuff like that.
The only difference is
freezing cold.
Bodecker's like the ground that you have to touch is gross. Like it's really slimy.
No.
Long Haggler, you step more on rocks and there's a boat.
Bodecker is rocks and there's a boat ramp.
There's also a boat ramp at Long Haggler.
There's also a boat.
There's 2 boat ramps at Long Haggler.
Yes.
Long
But
Haggler is sweet.
when Bodecker
For like
is
picnic.
low,
You can go to Long Haggler for a picnic and then paddleboard.
a picnic.
A pic?
Picnic.
A picnic.
Picnic. You can go for a picnic.
Stop. But at Bodecker, your only option is to get in the water because there's no tables or chairs.
There's no tables or chairs. No,
You know?
that is correct. Yeah.
Anyway, Long Haggler's great for fishing. I used to take my dogs there to go swimming, and then I got in trouble,
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
which is super annoying. Boyd, I really want to start going to this year. I have the KCW pass, so it's free to go in every time.
Yep.
So you can camp, swim. I've heard you can get away with taking your dogs off leash.
Yes, at Muscle Beach on the north end.
Mm-hmm. You swim, boating. I mean, it's everything. Boyd Lake is essentially where you can do whatever you want.
It's a state park that is well maintained, taken care of, and that KCW pass that she is talking
Keep
about.
Colorado wild.
There we go. She's talking about. It's $29 a year when you renew your registration. That is the only time that you are able to get that pass.
Yep.
Is that renewal of registration. I highly recommend it. It's like $11 a day for access to state parks, and that will get you. I believe it's 11 now, but it could be 10.
Okay.
I believe.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you.
Sorry. It's 10.
It's 10. I think it's 10, not 11, Zach. Not 11.75. Not 10.25.
Okay.
But my utilities, $127.38.
Stop.
Killing me.
Okay. What else? We also have Lake Loveland. You can fish there.
Lake Loveland is also another community spot that used to be way better before the city just made some changes. They got rid of our swim beach. Cut, dead, boom, out.
You can basically fish if
You can
want.
fish there. You can
Walk
put your
around it.
feet in it. You can walk around it. There's a nice path around it.
But it is a private
centrally
lake.
located. It is a private lake, so if you are going to be doing water activities, paddleboarding, boating, everything like that, you do need to live on the lake.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big change. Taxes got voted down,
Whoa.
so there's rumors that because
Yeah.
people didn't want to pay increased taxes, that they
Right.
took away our swim beach.
Right.
So maybe next
There's
time.
also talk though, because it's owned, and then so they were paying they were leasing it from the HOA.
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe it sounds like also the HOA was like, we don't want it to be for the public anymore.
Okay.
We want these $1 million homes to keep the lake to themselves.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Gym memberships, for those of you who work out, about $20 to $50 a month, depending on where you go. So Club Loveland, which that's where you go, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's Loveland Athletic Club, the Chilson Rec Center. I've really wanted to switch to there because I've heard really good things about
They
it.
just offer everything. They have pools, saunas, jacuzzis. There's basketball courts, racket courts. You're going to have every kind of weight machine that you could ever imagine.
That's our senior center too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Choose Fitness is the one like few. It's kind of like the What's the version?
That is
in
going to
Fort
be the high school hangout. So if you don't mind working in and around a ton of high schoolers, Choose Fitness and Planet Fitness are going to kind of be your go-tos. If you're looking for a 24/7 gym, you're going to want to do Anytime Fitness, Planet Fitness, or Loveland Athletic Club, which is different from Club Loveland. And then I like Club Loveland. It is going to be one of the only other clubs with a pool. So you're going to have Choose Fitness that has I believe it's like a 2 or 3 lane pool. You're going to have the Chilson Rec Center, and then you're going to have Club Loveland are going to be the ones with pools.
Oh, Gold's Gym too.
Gold's Gym is here. Yeah.
It's nice.
It's really nice.
That's
I'm
really
not a huge fan of Gold's Gym, just of how everything is in one room. But
yeah, I guess that one is.
Yeah.
I grew up in a different one where it was like levels.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it is very nice though.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like if you really get into the gym.
Yeah.
That's those kind of people are who's.
Do you really get into the gym?
I mean, not right now. I did at one point. Rec leagues.
Rec leagues.
Available in Loveland.
There are a crap ton of rec leagues. Any kind of league that you can think of and fathom of joining, you can access that through the Chilson Center. I currently play volleyball year round. We have indoor court, we have outdoor sand, outdoor grass.
Which one do you do?
I do all of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so indoor, we're in indoor right now. We're in our spring indoor season, and I'll go right into grass and sand. So, but I mean, soccer, softball, underwater basket weaving probably is in there.
Did you just make that up?
She's probably never heard of it.
Underwater basket weaving? What's that?
It's a joke.
Okay. Okay. Most of the leagues are provided through the city, the Chilson Rec Center.
Schooling here in Loveland is always going to be a topic of conversation. It is very important for education for young ones and for old ones. Some take a little longer to bloom.
Okay.
But anyway, Thompson Valley School District, R2J, is going to be the district here in Loveland, Colorado. We have other options for charter schools, so you can get charter schools such as Loveland Classical Academy and New Vision. And
There's
then
some private
schools as well. Yeah. So you can do anything that you'd like. Everything's fairly ranked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good school system. I'm living proof of it. So
he went to it, and he now teaches at it.
Yes, I've been coaching for 14 years at Thompson Valley High School, track and field, so love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
Very involved with these kids and our school system. Yeah. So.
Then for preschool options, there's a lot of different ones. You can do parent co-ops, YMCA. Thompson School District does have its own programs as well as some other options. And then for daycare options, I'd say the average full-time cost for care is about $1,000 a month. For home-based care, about $800 to $1,100 a month. Mm-hmm. And then about $1,500 a month for infant care that's center-based.
Yes.
So.
Money, money, money. Kids are not cheap. Healthcare provided here in Loveland, Colorado is top notch. We do have several options. UC Health is going to be MCR. It's going to be a big trauma hospital. They're actually doing an expansion right now. It's going to be more than doubling their capacity for overnight rooms, which is actually pretty cool. We have another hospital is going to be McKee Medical Center. That's going to be Banner Health. And along with Banner Health, there's tons of Banner clinics and UC Health clinics throughout the town of Loveland. So healthcare is definitely not a problem here, and get quality healthcare. Orthopedic Center of the Rockies, we have a location here in Loveland. It's going to be one of the top-notch orthopedic centers in Colorado. So
we're going to briefly talk about taxes in Loveland. It's not like crazy different, but it is about 2% less than Fort Collins, which I noticed yesterday on a receipt when I was like, why did I return something in Fort Collins and then pay less for it in Loveland? But it's about a 2% difference in sales tax. And then you want to talk to us about the Centera tax.
Yeah, so it's called the PIF tax. It's about 1.25% of everything that you purchase in the Centera shopping. We call it the Centera tax, but it is going to be a property improvement fee for all of the Centera properties, which, for instance, if you buy something at PacSun here in the shops at Centera and you return it in Fort Collins at the mall, you will not get that additional tax back. You'd have to return it back at Centera.
Right.
Yeah. So Are you excited for this summer? We have a ton of upcoming events in Loveland to look out for and to attend, and they are kind of like, you must go.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun.
We have the Bluegrass and Blues Festival. That's June 14th.
We have Wednesday night concerts. That's going to be from July through August, and that's going to be down at the Foundry at the Plaza. These next several are going to be down there. The Kids on the Plaza are going to be Wednesday evenings. That's going to be June through August. So all these are going to be June through August at the Plaza for these Plaza dates. Fitness at the Plaza, Symphony on the Plaza, Ice Cream and Treats Festival is going to be each month. Right?
No, June 27th.
Dang. Okay.
And the Symphony on the Plaza is August 8th.
Oh.
Night on the Town is the second Friday of each month, May through September. Loveland Farmers Market is June through September, and that's on Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
And then July 4th Festival, which I think that might be somewhere different this year.
Well,
That's
traditionally
a ranch.
it was the fireworks are always held at the lake that has been removed from Lake Loveland, and they are taking that to the ranch. But I believe downtown, like the Foundry and everything like that, is still going to have like a
Festival.
July 4th festival.
Okay.
Correct. And then this is a new one that I haven't attended yet, but I am looking forward to it. I'm going to take my 2 dogs, and I encourage Izzy to take her 2 crazies. But it's going to be Dog Days of Summer, June 28th. So I'm excited for it. That's going to be at the old fairgrounds in downtown Loveland.
Yeah. And then the last movies in the park are going to be throughout the summer. So you just can go onto the website and see which one you want to go to.
Yeah. So that's Living in Loveland. I'm Zach Jordan.
I'm Izzy Olsen.
And we encourage you to reach out to us via text, email,
Instagram.
call.
Whatever.
Follow us, like us, love us, subscribe. We'll see you next time.